Micro is a simple terminal-based text editor that has sensible shortcuts, and it's really easy to use. To install, just use your package manager and install micro package. And when that is done, just run it with micro. And then you should get a screen like this. Here you have some key bindings. For instance, Ctrl G will get you this help file that really gives you only the basic stuff. For complete documentation, just go to their GitHub page and they have a lot of more stuff described here. To exit this help part, just press Ctrl G again. And with Alt G, you get some basic shortcuts, which you can see are pretty much standard today. So Ctrl S to save, Ctrl Q to quit, Ctrl O to open, and stuff like that. And to exit shortcuts, just press Alt G again. Micro saves its config files in your home folder in .config folder micro, and in settings file are all the settings that you change, and in bindings you can put your own custom key bindings. So first thing what I'm gonna do is to change the theme of the micro, because priorities of course. And to change a theme in the micro, you just press Ctrl E, and Ctrl E is for running commands inside of micro text editor, and you can type in set, and here you can press tab and you will get all the commands that you can use in micro, and you move with tab to choose an option. For instance, color scheme is for changing themes, and you can also type in set, and if you are not completely sure how the command is called, you can just try to start to write the command and then press tab, and then you have the options for all the possibilities that start with CO. And you move also with tab, and then you press space and see if there are some other options. And as you can see here, you have a lot of themes installed by default, and you move with tab through all the options, and shift tab if you want to come back. Some themes will have this /tc in their name, and that usually means transparent. And once you decide on the theme, you just press enter. And as you can see, the theme is changed. You can also import your own themes, and for that you need to create a folder called color schemes, and you can write your own or just download them from the internet, and I will of course use Catpuccino again, and I will just download all these files to my micro color scheme folder. And now when I go to micro, I can choose from the themes that I downloaded. And as you can see in my settings file, there is a new entry, and that is my theme. And now you can just edit file just like you would in any other normal text editor. You write something, you save the file with Ctrl S, you type in the file name. Since I saved it as MD file, or it will automatically recognize this as markdown, and it will have its own syntax coloring. You can of course create your own color schemes for the themes and the syntax, but I never use this. I just use micro editor for quickly editing some config files, and that's it. And once you are done, you can just Ctrl save the file and Ctrl Q to exit. The thing that I sometimes, but really just sometimes use is tabs, and you can open a new tabs with Ctrl T, and you can see that you can change the tabs with your mouse. And for instance, if I want to open an existing file without exiting micro, I can just press Ctrl E, type in open, space, press tab, and with tab I just choose which file I want to open, and when I select it I just press enter, and as you can see it already has coloring for the syntax. But except for the standard shortcuts, what you can do, you can use your mouse just like in any graphical text editor. For instance, I can just come here, select the text I want and delete it. This saves me so much time when I just quickly want to edit something. But there is even one better thing. Let me just exit this file. So Ctrl Q. Do you want to save the file? No. Let's say I want to edit a file that only root has permissions to edit. And of course, I so many times forget to type in sudo and then command. I just go and edit the file. And let's say I change something and I want to save it. It won't tell me this is read-only file, open it as a sudo if you want to save it. It will tell me that permission is denied, but it will ask me if I want to save it as sudo. And if I type in yes, it will ask me for the sudo password and then it will just save the file. This saves me so much time. There are some other nice features. For instance, you can open files in split screen. To do that, you just type in Ctrl E and then you have V-split for vertical split. For instance, if I want to open another file vertically, it will just open it like that, or you can have H-split and open it horizontally. You can also change the directory inside of Micro, and to do that you use Ctrl E, CD, and then the name of the directory, and you can finish it with tab. It's really easy. And now if I want to open a file, it will offer me the files that are in my documents folder, and I only have notes in it. And there are a lot of options that I didn't cover in this video just because I don't use them, but they have pretty good documentation. So you can read it here just in case you want something more out of Micro Editor. And it's beyond me why Micro Editor is not default text editor instead of Nano, because Nano is really outdated and it has the shortcuts that maybe had sense in ancient times when Unix was used, because Nano is just rewritten Pico editor, which was used in Unix, and then they had completely different technology that we have today. If you are a system administrator, you really appreciate the standardization of all the at least basic commands like save, open, close, and stuff like that. And that's all.